two cars leaving the intersection at the same time, traveling on different roads. The angle of the road between them makes an angle of 60 degrees. The first car travels 40 miles per hour and the second car travels 60 miles per hour. How far apart are the cars after 1 hour? Right, so if we draw out this little scenario here, okay, we know that two cars leave, traveling on different roads. The angle of the road between them is 60 degrees, okay? So we know that after 1 hour, right, well, if the first car travels 40 miles per hour, after 1 hour, they've traveled 40 miles. And the second car travels 60 miles per hour. Okay, so after 1 hour, it has traveled 60 miles. The question says, well, how far apart are the cars after that 1 hour, right? What is this red distance here? Well, wait a minute. Notice that we have an SAS triangle, right? We have two sides and the angle in between them, right? In an SAS triangle, we can use the law of cosines, right? And in this case, it will give us this length here, okay? Now, it really doesn't matter what we label this, okay? But let's call this, I guess, A, okay, B, and C, okay? Which means we're going to find side A here, right? So the law of cosines, the way that we've labeled it, right, is going to be A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2 times B times C times the cosine, in this case, of A, right? Okay, so now let's just fill in what we know. Remember, we're trying to find the length of side A. So IA squared equals 40 squared plus 60 squared minus 2 times 40 times 60 times the cosine of 60 degrees, right? So from here, it's just going to be a little bit of busy work, right? 40 squared is 1600, 60 squared is 3600. So add those together, we get 5200. Okay, here we get 2 times 40 times 60 times the cosine of 60, which is actually just 1/2, right? So that's going to be 2400 here. Okay, so we get A squared equals 2800. Okay, so A is going to be the square root of that. So in this case, the value of A is the square root of 2800, which is 52.9. Okay, so we can determine that the straight line distance between these two cars, right, of course, assuming that they're traveling on straight roads, okay, so based on this triangle, based on this scenario, right, the distance between them is 52.9 miles.